Hello, dear. It is my esteemed pleasure to present to you with a splendid opportunity for luxurious riches with a net worth of $850 million USD. All you need to do is simply to listen to this beautiful podcast, and everything that you desire will be yours. In the event that you refuse, I have acquired private footage of you executing dirty activities upon your own person that I will share it with your entire contacts list unless you kindly transmit $17 billion USD to me in cryptocurrency. Many blessings and best wishes. Hello, dear.
You got that sweet Juvie jersey on, though.
That's true. Yeah, that's nice,
sick.
dude. It is so sweat absorbent.
Yeah.
It's the only reason. I mean, it's a nice jersey, but
So nice, though.
it's the only reason I wear it
Yeah.
consistently.
Yeah.
Because everything else I wear, that's just pure cotton
Doesn't wick.
puddles. It
Doesn't-
doesn't wick. Oh, that's a good
doesn't
verb.
wick, man.
Yeah,
Doesn't absorb.
yeah.
Wick man. I usually...
You're wearing a nice. It looks like I mean, it's dark colors, but it looks like light fabric.
Yeah, it's a linen...
It's nice.
Linen shirt. Pretty enjoyable. I should... Or it's just it's a good thing for when it's like super hot out, and I don't have, I have this one, but like it's effective enough to the point where I'm like, I should just get more of these.
Yeah.
But full linen suit is like diabolical.
I'm having a hard time picturing it even. Is there someone famous who wore a full linen suit?
No, I'm sure like if you like zoom in on like famous Italian men throughout history. They're probably
Do you think
linen
Mussolini
suits.
ever wore one?
Whoa, possibly. I have a feeling also like perhaps British too.
Yeah.
Particularly in their colonial, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they're going to a different
right.
climate.
Yeah, they're patrolling, India.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder. Linen may not even have been like manufactured like that, because I think it was just typically like khaki, like their evil stormtrooper wear. But maybe I'm just thinking of like, honestly, I don't know how often I see men in linen pants, but when I think of linen pants, it's usually like a woman wearing like very billowy women's pants, and picturing that on a man is perverted. I feel
like that's something Pharrell would wear on the cover of GQ. And it's like, the new face of masculinity today or something.
Yeah, that's actually a very close.
Am I somewhat spot on there?
You're somewhat spot on in that.
That's good.
GQ literally did that cover with that title.
With someone else, right?
With Pharrell.
With Pharrell. Oh, okay.
Roughly, he was wearing like a puffy vest, but it was like a gown.
Right. Yes.
And this was like
okay.
A few
So
years
that
ago.
You know what? I have to honestly be accurate here. That's no longer spot on. That's just me seeing something at once and forgetting about it, and then being like, "That'd be like if this." I'm just like ripping off reality. That'd be like if a talk show host became president or whatever. Just like things that have actually happened, and you're like, "Oh, I'm so creative with my examples."
Wait, can you watch like episodes of Zelensky's like work?
Dude, yes, I've seen his sitcom. Mary's dad, who's like a classic Massachusetts lib, was just so fucking into Zelensky.
Before?
Like, no. I mean, like, in the early whatever. I don't know. I don't even, dude. It's crazy. It's like the war in Ukraine's been going on for like 2 years, 3 years.
Probably closer to 3.
It feels insane to me. It's like.
I know.
But anyway, yeah. In the early days of that, I was at Mary's dad's house, and he was just like, "Oh my god, this Zelensky is so awesome!" And have you seen his sitcom? It's great. And then he turned it on, and both Mary and her sister were just like they're because I don't know, people with their parents they don't have to try anymore.
Yeah,
so they were just looking at their phones, like not paying attention, and I was left being like, I guess I'll watch Zelensky's sitcom.
Sounds fascinating.
So it's like so. It's not so bad. It's just corny.
Yeah.
First, it's like when you watch comedy from another country, sometimes it feels like they're like 20 years behind in things that are funny.
Right.
It depends, obviously. Like
sure.
But yeah, the jokes were kind of corny. But it's literally about a school teacher played by Zelensky who like gets seen on video criticizing the government, and then they decide to make him the president. So it's about an unlikely guy becoming president, starring Zelensky, who was a comedian, and then after the show was popular, he actually became president. It's very weird.
That's incredibly weird.
Yeah, and then the show goes through him sort of dealing with like Ukrainian corruption and whatnot.
Whoa!
As the kind of streetwise man of the people, newly elected president.
Damn it! I mean, obviously, I'm sure. Not that I know anything about Ukrainian politics, but like, I mean, you could write that in any country where there's like corruption in the government, but it's like it's also a thing that you hear about frequently in news about Ukraine currently.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting how closely it's hewing to.
I know. Yeah. I mean, I guess it was a good comedy in that sense that it's accurate,
realistic.
You know? But yeah, but it was, and then just hearing Mary's dad like
just enjoying
it. Yeah, just like oh. Like sometimes I don't know. Sometimes older people when they watch stuff, they enjoy it in these very verbal ways.
Yeah.
He's a big MSNBC dad.
Okay.
So
like, but also like.
So he was just fucking into it.
Yeah, audibly amused by some of this Zelensky. He's a card.
He's a card, yeah, and also just that Zelensky's honest again in the show. Zelensky's honest, and all the people around him are operators. And so the comedy comes from the. Nice. Well, he's like, well, why can't we just say this thing honestly? And they're like, well, no, you have to wheel and deal. And he's like, sure. I don't understand. Kind of like, I don't know, a little bit of Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
Okay.
Energy.
Yeah, it sounds.
It's fine.
Kind of. Yeah, it sounds all right. Now I'm thinking.
But it's funny. So it's like, like our version of that is Trump, obviously. Like, So it's like if it would be like if fucking Frasier became president or something. Or if, I'm just trying to think of like some like mild sitcom. Mm-hmm. Like it would be, I don't know, like if Amy Poehler from Parks and Rec or
Right. Yeah.
I guess that's what it would be like. It would be like if Amy Poehler became president after Parks and Rec aired, and then we were invaded by China.
Now I'm laughing at Zelensky going back to TV and them like doing a Ukrainian version of Ridiculousness.
Oh, dude.
Hosted by Volodymyr Zelensky.
Ridiculous is just and sorry for my ignorance, but I know that the host's name is Rob Dyrdek.
Yeah. And
is it just him watching like funny internet videos?
Yeah, it's like Tosh.0, and then he has like a panel.
Yeah, so it would be Zelensky watching videos of the war.
Yeah, it'd be like live leak shit.
Yeah.
and then it'd be like the same panel of American folks. So it's like Brendan Schaub and Chanel West Coast.
Yeah.
Who is like Rob Dyrdek's former assistant.
Wow.
And he'd be like, yo, that's crazy.
Dude, that sounds great.
Dude's head came clean off.
We haven't done, I mean, we've come up with like a lot of business ideas during the course of this podcast, but we haven't done too much like development, like it's television development.
Yeah, but we're businessmen.
Yeah, so I just mean that could be another
Sure.
arm of our organization.
This is true. Yeah, I mean, it's time we should be thinking of, the multiple. You know what I heard a couple of days ago? I heard about this guy. He was talking about how he started going to different countries, making deals in different countries, and he's like, when you feel like the American market dries up, that's when you got to think globally with money.
Wait, who is this though?
This dude, Jason Lee.
Is he just some Instagram guy?
He has like his own kind of like Hollywood entertainment network. And then he was like an interviewer for a minute. He was on the Breakfast Club.
Oh.
He like replaced Angela Yee for like an extended period. He's actually like pretty funny and
Yeah.
competent and very like snarky, cunty gay guy.
Oh.
But he's also like pretty funny. He used to work for Kanye West for a little bit.
Wow.
But I mean, he's like, you got to have a global mindset when it comes to money. You can't be thinking local. You got to think global, international.
That's so funny.
He's like, I just go there to spend like, yeah. So you're right to, and you know, given that inspiration and what you just mentioned, I think we should be thinking more globally and holistically with our business integration.
Yeah, we're going to get to this later, but I'm trying to sharpen my corporate speak, and one way to say that, I guess, is I'm trying to implement multimodal execution strategies.
Yeah, it's funny. I was about to say that.
Dude, what did you eat this week?
Oh, okay. I'm excited to get to yours because it seems like, well, no, I'll just, because mine won't be long, but it sounds like the thing that you have is something that perhaps you made.
Mary made it.
Wow. All right.
But it was really good.
I wanted to discuss, I had a diner, a biscuit, and like the...
Which diner?
I think it was called Friendly Diner.
Okay.
And it was in Indiana.
Ah.
And that's why everything just came with the biscuit, or like biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
I think the gravy had meat in it, so I didn't partake, but apparently it was good. But
the biscuit was good?
The biscuit was good.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm like,
it's hard to fuck up.
Yeah, maybe I'm not well versed, or like
I'm sure it was good.
Like an expert, but like, you know, it could have just been like a frozen thing, but it tasted pretty good. It was, you know, it was they used a lot of butter.
Yeah.
A pretty hallmark of like a traditional biscuit, I guess.
It's nice. How are you with diners in general?
I mean, I can't really expand my... I have to be pretty like compromising.
To go to one, you're saying?
No, just to like... I'm down to go to one always, but it's just like there's a very little window of like stuff I can eat.
Yeah, that's right.
Or stuff that I would... I mean, I guess if I really... Stuff that I would prefer to eat, but yeah. So
I think every time I ask because every time I've gone to a diner recently, everything's too expensive, and the food is bad. And maybe the food was always bad. Probably the food was always bad, but I think I romanticized them more when I was younger.
Yeah.
And so I was always excited to go.
I know.
And now I'm like, yeah, this is a fucking ripoff.
Yeah, the food's like fine. It's usually overpriced. Fortunately, I think
there's one I go to a lot, which is the Orion Diner on 2nd Avenue and 23rd Street, because it's around the corner from a comedy club I perform at sometimes.
I think I've been to that one.
And it's fine, and I usually go so that I can go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Or so that I can like look at my jokes before I do a set or something.
Right.
And I'll buy like toast.
Okay.
But yeah, and I literally just go because of the location. I used to go to Kellogg's Diner a lot in Williamsburg. And a lot of people say that place sucks, but I liked it.
I thought it was alright. Yeah, I haven't been there in forever, but...
And then when I lived in LA, I went to Astro. You ever go to Astro Diner?
Mm-mm.
But I used to go there late at night with with buddies like
nice.
Devin.
Oh, that sounds
Jack,
fun. Yeah.
R.I.P. You know,
RIP,
that was a location.
Sounds nice.
It was nice, yeah. But
It's a good name,
same thing.
too.
Every time it was like, this is overpriced and not as cool as you want it to be.
I know. Yeah, I think that's particularly in cities. I think now that diners realize that like people go there just because it's like there's like an atmosphere. It's kind of nostalgic. It's like vaguely nostalgic, even if you didn't grow up going to them.
Right.
So I feel like they can get away with being like, yeah, we can just charge like a regular restaurant price, like a new restaurant price.
Absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, the food never improves, which is funny.
There was one in, I forget where. It's like further out than like Wayne, but it's called Nudies in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Don't remember exactly where it is, but I used to go with my friends, and it was awesome.
That's cool.
That place was like, yeah, we loved it. So,
There's another there's another one, and I forget the name of it, but it's like it's got a kind of a like fun name like that as well.
Nifty 50s maybe?
No, it's like I think it's specific to Wayne.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe I'm just thinking of the one you're mentioning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that place being like you just have to get the very basic stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. Ultimately,
but the biscuit was good. The Indiana biscuit.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it, but it was
okay.
It was pretty good. I mean,
how was the hang? You went with Sean.
Yeah, the hang was good.
Nice.
Yeah, the hang was nice. The diners were good. We tried to go to a diner just whenever we would stop at a place, but I'm trying to think. At that particular diner, I'm pretty sure everything. And look, this is a good sign. This is a good diner. It was just I would have to. Everything came with meat, like it. Just everything. It was like side of.
Can't avoid it.
So that's good news if you like meat.
Yeah.
But you know. But overall, it was pretty good. And then I thought that was it. All right.
So I'll tell you about mine.
Yeah, please.
Shrimp scampi. I mean, I don't have that much interesting to say about it. Mary made it, and it was delicious.
I bet it was really
good. I like shrimp. Do you eat seafood?
Not really.
Yeah. And
Scrown.
Tell me about your vegetarianism for a second. Okay. Is it diet related or ethics related?
I think it's closer to ethics.
Okay.
At this point. But then also there is like a subsequent. There's like a trailing piece that is like kind of diet related where just I don't know. Every once in a while I like eating meat, but it feels like maybe just because I'm used to not eating it now that
you kind of feel bad after you eat it.
Not even necessarily feel bad. It's like, you know, it's just eat it in like less frequent instances or something like I'm like I don't know. But
anyway, I guess I asked because I don't know what the ethical considerations are around seafood. I mean, I think salmon, like farmed salmon, is bad.
Oh, right.
Something about the genetic pool isn't diverse enough, and so they don't develop some sort of immunity to something, and they're easier. It's like easier for them all to die or something like that. So that's one. And then seafood in general, it's not about the animals, but more like the Chinese, in these industrial fishing vessels, the conditions on them are like horrific.
Oh wow!
Like it's like essentially slave labor. Like you know, like migrants from tiny island countries go to China, their passports get confiscated.
Oh god!
They incur these massive debts, and then they work them off on the vessels, and they get beaten and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's just like horrific. And anyway, a lot of those fishing vessels sell to American food conglomerates.
Yeah.
So I guess that's part of it too.
Yeah, that's an interesting further reach to consider, like the human element of the people working on those boats or whatever.
But that will that comes up with like vegetables too, probably any produce, right? Like so
no, you're completely right. Yeah, I think it's just but there also is like one time friend of the podcast, Mike, my friend Mike, dear listener.
Oh yeah. Shout out,
shout out, Mike.
Support.
one time we were at a restaurant and he ordered oysters.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, nah, I don't eat meat. And he's like, this is a rock. And he's right. I'm pretty sure that's
funny.
That's close enough to a
That
rock.
is, consciousness wise, it's like, you're not far off. I mean, shrimp too. Shrimp are dumb as fuck. You know what I don't like? You know what I don't like about shrimp though? I mean, I like eating them, but in preparing shrimp, if you get good shrimp, you often have to cut off the vein. You have to devein it, and the vein is just all of its fucking shit.
Yeah.
Literally all of its waste matter. You have to cut it off and pull it off, and it's so gross.
I know.
And I don't know why that's left up to the consumer to do.
It's true. That is, well, yeah. It seems like it, and I mean, yeah, that is an interesting. That is an interesting thing that they just don't do, and it seems like it's. I
mean, to be fair, like you can get shrimp that is already deveined, but I guess it's lower quality somehow. I don't know why.
Oh, interesting.
Somehow it's a mark of better shrimp that you have to devein it yourself.
Yeah, you have to
wipe its ass.
Yeah, you have to be the maestro.
Exactly.
You have to, or the with the blade.
Yeah, it's like you cut it and it's like this inky black. It's very gross, kind of interesting. It feels like, I mean, it's very like Cronenberg-y or sci-fi-y. You know, it feels like you're in, Alien.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing with like the crab. There's like the whatever it is. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just excrement, but it's like some people eat that stuff.
Yeah,
in the crab.
Damn, yeah.
Some people who are like professionals, Maryland,
they'll eat the crab shit.
I think so.
Is there something nutritious in there that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not that I know of. I think they're just like.
We got to ask that guy who I think I talked to you about, who like jerked off the crab in the Twitter video.
Yeah.
I bet he knows.
Actually, he probably does.
Dude, I bet he makes that crab come so hard it also shits.
Yeah. Probably.
I would love to eat at that guy's restaurant. I don't know his name, but we'd love to have you on.
Yeah, maybe we can find him. Damn. Does he make more videos?
I haven't checked in on him. I mean, the only time I've seen him was, I don't know if he himself makes videos or someone took a video of him on a cell phone and ended up on Hood Clips.
Oh, right. That's right. Yeah,
if he makes videos himself, I would love to watch them and follow him and see what other crustaceans and bottom dwellers he pleasures.
True.
I bet he could fuck up an oyster. He'd be like, "That's no rock. Let me."
True. Yeah. True. Maybe he would. Yeah.
Let me uncover the pearl.
Speaking of aphrodisiacs.
Yeah. Do you feel horny when you eat oysters?
No.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
I know.
I don't know where that comes from.
I also don't eat enough to tell, but I don't think anything. Anything does it for me. Dude, maybe I should take. Actually, yeah. What did you eat this week? Next episode is going to be handful of gas station boner pills.
Yeah.
See if that works for me.
It's funny to call that an aphrodisiac. That's too like Greek of a word for that. Let's move on to science.
Yeah.
I don't have too much to say about this. Honestly, it's literally only the name of the article made me laugh. Which is Mars got cooked by a recent solar storm.
That is it's
funny. It makes it sound like it got like crossed up or something.
Yeah, there is like a very it's a very informal quality to it.
It's informal
to be
and somewhat insulting
Times.
to Mars.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of New York Post like language about this solar storm that fucked up Mars's shit. Mars was blitzed by a beast of a storm. When the barrage arrived, later you see maelstrom.
Wow,
it's just a lot of stuff about how fucked up Mars got by this solar storm.
Yeah, I mean it sounds really
global pummeling.
Yeah, it sounds. Yeah. Treacherous.
Yeah.
They're equivalent to 30 chest x-rays, I guess.
I think that would just be like what it's like to if you were a human,
Right.
and you were exposed to it, yeah, it'd be 30 chest X-rays.
Damn.
Which actually, I mean,
That's not.
what's up?
That's a lot, but that's not as much as I would expect.
That's not as much, but it also makes me be like, damn, dude, I get X-rays like once a year because like after I had cancer, I get like follow-ups and I get X-rays. It's like, damn, like I'm getting 1/30th of pummeling solar radiation. I'm getting 1/30th of how hard Mars got cooked.
I know. Yeah, dude, I had to go to the dentist and like they take X-rays.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and it's like they're doing like 20 X-rays on my head. You know? What I mean?
Right.
It's like or whatever the weird. It's like multiple.
How are your teeth?
I think they're okay. They
look good from here.
Thanks.
you got nice chompers.
Thanks, dude. I think they were like you should. I went to a new dentist.
Oh, okay.
I'd had enough of the bedside manner from my old dentist.
Yeah. Dentists never have good bedside manner.
Yeah. So they just wanted me to floss a little bit better.
Yeah. I gotta say, I'm pretty good on my flossing.
That's nice.
Yeah. It is
nice.
Yeah. Thank you. I guess the point of this article, I suppose, was just to. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I just feel like it was like sometimes articles come out and it's like I think you just like you had a headline.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of orbiting the headline.
It's true. Yeah. This is like
I don't feel super informed by this.
Yeah, it doesn't really like have any. It doesn't really have implications for like what does this mean for? Not that I.
Yeah, I suppose the only implication is that Mars sucks.
Yeah.
Living on Mars sucks, and
right.
And a lot of people like Elon Musk talk about living on Mars, and
that's a good point.
And one of the occupational hazards of living on Mars would be that you constantly get this like solar radiation.
That's a good point. Yeah, and you'd have to figure out. I mean, that's a big thing to figure out.
Yeah.
And like, did the car get that NASA car, like, or the rover or whatever? Did that thing get?
It didn't get damaged, but I believe its instruments of taking photography and stuff did.
They probably
get
did.
affected.
Yeah. Dang. Okay. Wow.
Let me see actually, because there is a specific.
I mean, it's pretty.
Yeah, I can't see anything about its like orbiter or not its orbiter, its rover getting damaged.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the other thing is like being in space and seeing that. One, it's like pretty eerie to see like a storm happening somewhere where it's like, no one's there for it. I mean, it's like you can see it, but it also sounds kind of pretty.
Yeah, there's the picture didn't print correctly, but the picture on the New York Times website is really cool.
Yeah.
It's just like a black and white photo of this desert, and then you just see these like little glinty, staticky things in the sky.
Ooh.
And that's the solar radiation.
That does sound nice. worth the price of admission of 30 chest X-rays.
Yeah, exactly.
You're wearing like movie theater 3D glasses. It's gonna be good.
Did you look at the eclipse recently?
Yeah.
Did you look at it with no protection?
No, I got
You got the glasses?
Yeah. I got the glasses and I was able to. It was really cloudy that day.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it
like
was.
And it was like windy too, so clouds were like blowing by, so it was kind of hard to see, but I think I got a glimpse of it. And then one of my neighbors was outside and I lent him my glasses.
That's nice.
So
dude, same thing happened to me. I was across the street at the park and it was like the whole neighborhood was there, and then this lady was like sharing her glasses with people.
That's pretty cool.
We chatted. And it was a nice neighborly moment, and then I was like, "I'm never going to see you again after this." No way. This is not going to last.
Yeah, it's true. New York seemed to have they got it popping during the eclipse. I feel like that's where a lot of the coverage of like people on the street with like the glasses on and stuff.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. That's true.
I feel like people that was like a moment for a lot of New York folks to like I don't know. It just seemed. It seemed like I saw more of that coverage there than elsewhere.
I mean, to be fair, it's like the news. There's so much news media around.
Yeah, I guess
here,
that's
so
true.
It's just they're gonna like, they're gonna go outside and be like, look at how New Yorkers are congregating because it's like a block away from your office or whatever.
I guess that's true, and maybe it also just looks it's like a more striking visual because the streets are so condensed. So it's like when there's a bunch of people just out on the street looking at one thing.
Yeah. It is kind of nice. I'm tempted to be cynical about it for comedy, but honestly, it was like, yeah, looks nice. We're all looking at an astronomical event together.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
There's a funny comedian, Bobby Condon. He has a joke where he talks shit about the James Webb Space Telescope images, where he's like, we spent like billions of dollars on these pictures of space that look like every other picture of space.
That's funny. Yeah, it's true.
And that's a funny joke, but also I will say those pictures are cool.
Yeah,
I really like them. They're like really nice to look at.
I guess I'd have to see them, but I kind of get what he's saying in that, like, I've seen that type of shot before.
Yeah.
But maybe I haven't seen the
Dude, I don't know. There's just these sweeping vistas of color and these nebulae. It just looks like it looks like abstract paintings.
Sounds amazing. Yeah,
and then the resolution is so high, and then the idea that you're like looking back in time.
Whoa.
Because it's like it's looking so far away that you're looking back in time because of the way light works. It's moving across light years, and I don't know. That's like cool to think about.
That's a trip. Yeah, that's crazy. That'd be funny to film. Film porn with that thing.
Whoa,
that'd be sick.
Damn, dude. The first it's like caveman porn. Yeah, how would that even work? I guess it's like you would like send the James Webb Space Telescope to like a different galaxy and have it look back, and then somehow you could transmit two cavemen, or I guess 10 Neanderthals doing a gangbang.
I mean, wait, so how far back in time is it looking?
I don't remember, but billions of years, like.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, so I think that's the thing that I'm missing. I didn't realize that. I thought you could put the telescope up there and then have like, what's the Jason Love and Lena the Plug get it in and just film it.
With like an astronomical telescope, so
yeah.
So the resolution is just insane. Just like the pores on the ass are just like in 16K.
Yeah,
that would be like scary. That wouldn't be erotic. That would be scary. That would. I mean, like at that resolution, two people fucking looks like an astronomical event. It looks like a black hole forming and a star exploding. It's actually kind of beautiful.
It'd be so awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you're right. It would not look like actual. It wouldn't look like
Yeah, it'd be so dehumanized and decontextualized.
Yeah, I don't even know what it would look like.
Only way to find out is to try it.
That's true.
Maybe that's how NASA can get its budget again.
Yeah. That'd be fun. Yeah, they use like just the same boom guy. I don't mean to take it to nasty pornographic.
Listen, I was just like, we're going the way we're going.
It's like you got to pay this camera off somehow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like
I mean, well, Kubrick filmed Barry Lyndon on NASA cameras, so
that's so sick.
It is cool. It's a great movie.
Damn, James Webb's going to film like Burt Kreischer's next special.
Dude, should we move on to business? I'm pretty excited about this.
Yeah, these are good. You looked up some.
Okay, so basically, we've just been talking about corporate language a lot on this podcast, and I thought it would be interesting to just like print out some stuff from McKinsey's website. Sure. McKinsey's the famous management consulting firm that famously Pete Buttigieg worked at, and apparently they're bad. They've done bad stuff. But they've also done good stuff, because I guess they've advised like dictators.
Yeah, that's where it gets, because most of the time that you hear about publicly, and that I think most people end up working on is like maybe entry level.
Yeah.
But it's like you're just working with businesses, advising them on like whatever, saving money probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like the weird shadowy stuff where they work with governments, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
What do you guys? And it just doesn't sound good.
But anyway, so I just tried to, because I feel like the McKinsey website is going to be kind of the sort of example of this kind of speech.
That was a good get. Yeah, I mean, that's a good suggestion. I mean, they are kind of like the zenith.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, there's a menu, and one of the menu items is capabilities. Already, I like that.
Yeah, that's nice.
And
should say we already know and are quite familiar with all of these terms, but we're just reading.
Yeah, exactly. We're just teaching. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a subsection of capabilities was implementation. And then so I have some paragraphs here. We'll go through them one by one and see. I don't know if we can clarify anything or kind of. Okay, number 1, implementation. Assess execution readiness. We help organizations assess their readiness to drive systematic execution and change and transformations using our proprietary benchmarking tool. Do you have any questions so far about that? These are like, I mean, they're so hard to read.
I know.
In general, but also out loud is like insane.
Yeah, it's literally like, it's got to be, it's like this rope-a-dope tactic.
I know, yeah.
For just like a guy who owns a dry cleaners to be like, I think I need you.
We assess across 10 elements we have found to be essential to sustaining impact and transformation work, which we call the impact essentials. That's a takeaway for me. The impact essentials.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I can see myself using that in other contexts. This process helps identify gaps in execution capabilities, and we then work with organizations to define a tailored roadmap for managing change and sustaining impact.
Okay, tailored roadmap makes it. I mean, it's like, oh, so they do care about me.
Yeah, no, that's nice. Yeah, it's like
you've tailored my roadmap.
It's targeted. Proprietary benchmarking tool is cool.
Yeah, that sounds very official. Benchmarking. Yeah. A benchmarking tool proprietary is always good.
Yeah, proprietary is good. It's like
this is ours. This is secret.
I like transform. How often they use transformation?
Yeah,
because it's like, I don't know. It has this sense of like, right now your company's like just nothing but a caterpillar.
True.
And we're going to using our assessment tools and our execution capabilities. Mm-hmm. You're going to become a beautiful butterfly.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, transformation is like a kind of key component here that floats through.
Yeah, but I mean, just to do you think like a high net worth transgender individual could use McKinsey to help them through their transition?
Wow, that's an excellent cool,
idea.
Right? That's an excellent diabolical idea that I think there is like there's possibility for them to get into something like that.
I think so. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we're advising Bobby Flay on his transition and like what it means for the Flay umbrella of brands. Dude, that's something like that will happen probably.
I know. Yeah, dude, another idea to note down. Okay, the next one,
trademark.
I really like this. Upskill execution capabilities. What do you think upskill means? Upskill is a verb here.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure it out.
It's nonsense.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, is this like a play off of upscale? But it's like upskill?
Yeah, I have no idea what that word means.
And the paragraph doesn't clarify it really. Our implementation experts bring decades of industry experience and a track record driving change in complex organizations. They are supported with a world-class implementation toolkit. Okay, do you think the implementation toolkit is similar to the proprietary benchmarking tool? is the benchmarking tool a subset of the implementation toolkit?
I would think so.
Yeah, I think the implementation toolkit's the general thing.
Mm-hmm.
One of the tools within the toolkit is a benchmarking tool.
Yes.
The entire implementation toolkit is proprietary, needless to say. Okay, leveraging impact essentials and the best of McKinsey's tools and assets for implementation. Dude, it's just funny how many the buzzwords so far: assets, implementation, assess, tool. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of like circling them around and like buzzing them.
Yes.
Repeatedly.
Totally.
These exceptional change leaders coach clients, conduct virtual and on-site observations, roll out performance management tools, and build capabilities that enable a step change in performance. I think one interesting thing to try to parse in these is like, at what point do you get any word that remotely resembles reality and that like something you can see, and the only thing so far is conducting virtual and on-site observations.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I know what that looks like.
Right.
You go to
right, yeah.
you log onto a Zoom or you go to a place.
Yes.
Everything else is impossible to visualize. I literally don't know what anything looks like.
It's true. I have no idea still where it's like, yes, this is we're going to help you. And then here is that's like what was given to the like, I don't know who, I mean, who
I think I think a copywriter wrote this.
I think
a copywriter wrote this using a pitch deck sent by McKinsey's PR team, I guess. Yeah. Probably an in-house PR person.
You're probably right.
For McKinsey, who has a
Most
degree
definitely.
in humanities, wrote this.
Yeah. I think you're right about that.
I have written things like this before for money. And it's exactly the same. I'm able to apply clear grammar and coherence to a series of sentences that make absolutely no sense. Have no thing you can refer to in your head when you're reading it. And honestly, it's like, this is like, we read poetry on this podcast. This to me is like not far off.
It's more, it's more confusing. No one knows. I mean,
do you mind if I do the other three? I mean, I hope this is interesting to our listeners. I literally have no idea. It's funny to me.
I think it's interesting. Yeah. Why don't we go through these next three and then have some key takeaways and suggestions or questions.
Diagnose with execution assessment. Okay, I just want to go back, just the titles. Assess execution readiness, upskill execution capabilities, diagnose with execution assessment. It's like, is this a progression? Like, are we increasing in intensity, or is this like step 1, step 2, step 3? Like, what's the difference between assessing execution readiness and diagnosing execution assessment?
Ooh, that's a good question. Okay. I think if you ask, they might end the Zoom call.
Yeah.
No one's ever inquired.
Yeah. Our implementation experts work together with our capability and industry experts to diagnose an organization's current state and evaluate their readiness to execute a strategy. This diagnosis includes an assessment of gaps in the capabilities and skills required to achieve transformational change. Once again, this is the same thing as the first thing.
It is.
Also, I'm like, okay, assess execution readiness, but then diagnose with execution assessment.
Huh.
So I guess once you assess execution readiness, then you can use what you have assessed to diagnose the readiness to execute a strategy.
Dude, this is literally the next step in a thought about if I want to start doing an action. Like, it's like I want to start doing something, and this let me just make sure I have my keys in my, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
before I
yeah,
leave.
yeah.
And
It's like, I want to drive my car.
Yeah.
That's the... Yeah.
And-
If I want to drive... Yeah, it's like, I want to drive my car. That's the execution readiness.
Yeah.
And then execution assessment is, do I have the keys in my pocket in order to drive my car?
Right. And then McKinsey's like, if you pay us $50 million, we'll figure this out for you.
Yeah.
We'll take a look at the contents of your pockets.
Yeah, we'll make like a 90-slide PowerPoint about it. I mean, it's like everything's been affected by this. I worked at a tutoring company. I guess I still work there, but I haven't had a client in a while. But they have a whole like pedagogical kind of teaching module thing they do. And it's like so many training hours of just like watching these boring ass PowerPoints. And it's like how to get a kid to organize their backpack.
Whoa.
And it's like step 1, assess the goal. It's not quite that language, but it's similar. It's like
similar. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they have it's like plan, initiate, complete, and learn. So it's like plan. I am going to organize my backpack. Initiate. I am now organizing my backpack. Complete. I have organized my backpack. Learn.
Whoa.
I now know how to organize. And it's just like, dude, having to explain that to like a high schooler, they're just looking at you like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know, but
True.
we got to fill this time somehow.
Yeah, they just want they just want to make sure your stuff's like easy to get to.
It's insane. So this kind of language, it's like really, it's influential, I think.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay, design with bottom-up planning. Bottom-up planning it does have a somewhat, that's like clear to me.
I kind of get it.
Yeah. Our team of experts work together to design a transformation or initiative portfolio and implementation plan with implementation experts, ensuring the plan is built with execution in mind. This includes working with capability building experts to design needed learning journeys is awesome.
I know.
To design needed learning journeys and leadership facilitators to align the top team on the organization's goals. Okay, last one. Implement and sustain. Our implementation experts partner with clients to drive and sustain execution, ensuring change lasts long after we're gone. That's kind of a beautiful thought. It's like,
I mean, it's nice.
It's like what's our legacy going to be? We often redeploy the execution assessment to resolve obstacles to impact. That I don't know. There's something about that sentence that is like very demonic to me. Redeploy the execution assessment to resolve obstacles to impact. Our capability building experts and leadership facilitators deliver, this is good, blended learning journeys to build the skills required to sustain the change, working shoulder to shoulder with our clients. This is like 1/90th of McKinsey's website. There's so much shit like this.
It's so crazy.
I was trying to find the best ones, but it's too much. A lot of it was actually somewhat concrete.
Yeah.
Because it's like, like a big part of the website is just like, what are the industries you work with? And it's like, oil and gas. And then it's like, how do we maximize drilling,
Sure.
But it's also funny because so much of McKinsey's like PR stuff is how are we driving sustainable practices, but then they also work with like oil and gas.
Yeah.
Presumably they're not like, you should stop drilling,
Yeah, true. Yeah, exactly.
So, obviously there's some contradiction there, but it also feels like easy pickings to be like, McKinsey is hypocritical about the environment. So
that's
But when I saw implementation, I was like, dude, that is such a good vague word.
I know.
It's like it means a lot, right?
Right.
But also to use it so generally, it just means absolutely nothing.
I know. It's like, I also like, with implementation experts, ensuring the plan is built with execution in mind.
Yeah.
There's something that's like, implementation expert is funny to me.
It is, yeah. You can literally, that is a job title at McKinsey. It's like, I work in implementation at McKinsey.
I'm an implementation expert. It feels like,
and then the thing you pointed like designing, ensuring the plan is built with execution in mind.
So it's not just some It's not just pie in the sky.
Yeah, exactly. It's
we need to make sure that the plan is built with execution in mind.
Deliverables.
There's a deliverable here,
Yeah.
and we need an implementation expert, an implementation artist.
Yeah.
To, kick the tires.
I'm an assessment consultant for McKinsey. I think I've like trying to like dig through this language. I am having a hard time processing words right now.
It literally is like it's the same result as if you were like looking at a crossword puzzle. Yeah. That hasn't been completed or started. It's
insane, dude. I feel like you could like read this to someone at Guantanamo.
Yeah, it's like
no.
I wonder. Well, I guess people who are like employees at McKinsey are probably in deep enough to be able to kind of like talk about this in a way that reflects that they understand.
No, for sure. Dude, I bet they can wield this language like fucking wizards,
True, but I wonder if you just kind of caught them off guard and gave them one of these.
Yeah.
If you could be like, you just give me just like an idea of. Or can you give me some details about like implementation and execution assessment?
Yeah,
and like upskill capabilities.
Yeah, what does that mean, or can you elaborate on that?
I think they might be like, what? I think you might catch them flat-footed.
I have a question for you. What do you think the difference is between an implementation expert and a capability building expert?
That's actually a great question.
Yeah, which comes first? I guess capability building expert comes first.
Yeah.
Because you need capabilities to implement.
Yeah, true. I think, implementation expert is like, well, once...
And then, capability building expert comes first, then implementation expert, and then execution analyst.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like steps 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, execution analyst kind of gets it in, and then,
Transformational change. This is beautiful.
That one, kind of.
It's very utopian.
It's utopian and almost cultish.
It is, absolutely, yeah.
But also sounds nice.
Yeah, dude. I think next maybe I'll get the Ray Dalio's Principles.
Wow.
And see if we can trawl through that one a little bit.
That's a good one.
So I feel like that's like the height of like business cult
that's
stuff.
True. Yeah. He is also like, we've done business with him before, so
exactly.
we could probably have him on.
He's been on Rogan.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
That makes total sense. I mean, we've talked about this too, where he like has like an hour-long interview with Diddy.
Oh, that's I forgot.
So
about that.
That's probably worth a watch. I think it's just on YouTube still, where it's like, maybe Ray Dalio and the team took it down though.
Yeah, that would be smart of them to do that. Dude, that's something McKinsey could. It's like, all right,
that's true.
The goal is take down the Diddy interview, implement assess execution readiness. All right, do you want to take down this Diddy interview? Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, you are ready to execute.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna a challenge for myself now is like try to use upskill in my everyday life.
I want to see it elsewhere in
predictably enough, I've literally never seen this word anywhere but this website, and it came up a couple times.
Oh, interesting.
Upskill.
Okay. Upskill.
I guess it just means to get better at something.
I guess.
But it's like the. I mean, not to get too granular here, but like the object of that verb is like the thing you are upskilling are your execution capabilities. So suppose you have execution capabilities already, and then by upskilling them, you sharpen them and refine them. Did you have anything else you wanted to say about McKinsey?
No, I think it's thoroughly exhausted me.
It's a battering. It's definitely a mental battering. Okay, well, this is a nice palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Social media nonsense. I saw an AI-generated video
of
like a digital kind of video game graphics type thing of Neymar twerking on Shrek. I'm getting served a lot of those recently.
Of Shrek specifically?
No, but just AI nonsense, like animated AI generated bullshit. You know, like a lot of stuff of like, it looks like NBA 2K graphics, but instead of NBA players, it's all like Pokemon.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I see a lot of that.
Yeah. I kind of fuck with those.
Those are funny. No, they make me laugh. Yes, and then there's like a guy talking over it, like doing like a game breakdown, and he's like, "All right, now Pikachu's posting up on Charizard, and and Machamp sets a pick, and it's like,
whoa! I've never had a commentary. I've never had a sports related one.
Dude, it's so dumb. Yeah, so I'm getting a lot of that stuff, and
nice.
Usually when I see it is first thing in the morning. I wake up, instead of doing something nice like looking at the sun or getting my Huberman sunlight on my
yeah.
I just like look at Instagram and then immediately get served just like the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I'm like,
you're ready to hit the streets,
just bleary eyed. Yeah, so I saw that, and that
nice.
Do you have any social media nonsense?
No, but it makes me think of I get like ones that are like cartoon characters like that.
Yeah.
But it's usually like violence.
Oh, like
it's usually dude, there's one where Garfield like rolls up to whatever like the alternate Garfield is. I don't know, whatever that other cat is.
Nermal? Yeah,
Nermal.
Yeah, the one he hates.
Normal's chilling on his front steps. And Garfield rolls up with an AK-47 and just fucking sprays him. And that's it. And all the comments are like, damn, you caught him lacking.
Dude, yeah, I've seen stuff like that too. Oh, dude, what was it? It was oh, you know what? It was kind of similar. It was like the caption was like, "Damn, bowling alley animation's going crazy," and then it was a bunch of bowling pins hanging around in an alley. And then a bowling ball rolls up in like a car, and it has like a do-rag on, and it like it does a drive-by on the bowling pin. So I've seen some of that.
Damn, dude. I mean, that truly is like brain rot, but it's funny.
Yeah, it's like a black mold, like. But it's cognitive, but it is funny, and that's I do think it's a funny use of AI.
Yeah, that's a funny use too, because, and that one actually seems useful because there are animations when you like get a particular combo in bowling.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
and they play it on the screen, and that would be like a fun one to include.
That would be a fun one to include, and it's like I wouldn't want an animator to spend hours doing that. I want some 14-year-old to type that into a thing and. It just like sometimes ideas are so stupid there shouldn't be craft behind them. Does that make sense? Or is it funnier that there is craft?
I get what you're saying. I think I like
you like it when the people spend.
If a guy was like sitting at like the drafting table or whatever, like that tilted animators thing.
No, for sure. Yeah, listen, it's like, and look, I'm all for. Obviously, I'm all for creators and humans making art, and the dumber the better.
You're into. I mean, look, it's no secret that we're both champions of creative execution.
Yeah, we
implementation and execution.
It is no secret that we are. I just think like the idea of like an animator like. Spending 25 hours on Neymar twerking on Shrek.
I agree with you.
That's what I mean. It's like like that's like the bowling alley thing is actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
The ones that feel more ADHD random,
Yeah, because that one's so specific.
Yeah.
It's truly like. It should only be. You're right.
It should only be an autistic Brazilian kid,
right?
Who has like a knockoff of ChatGPT's image generator or whatever. So that's that's been making me dumber recently.
That's kind of nice though. I kind of want to see it now.
Yeah, if I get served it again, I'll show it to you.
Yeah, please.
Word of the week. This is going back to the McKinsey thing, but Rockstar used in corporate settings, meaning like this platform Workday it does ads on a lot of podcasts I listen to, or not a lot, but like two. And the copy always says, and I guess I'm doing copy for Workday right now, but accidentally by quoting it. But the copy is
check.
Be a finance and HR rock star.
Oh,
with Workday. And I was just like, dude, who was the first person to use Rockstar in that setting? It is so inappropriate. It's like I literally can't imagine a more opposite.
True, it's truly just watered down so much. Even for the most, like, if you want to say like Steve Jobs was a rock star, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like,
for him that actually kind of makes sense.
That one's kind of close.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I mean that one might be the closest.
Yeah.
But like it's
he did have a cult of personality around him. He was creative. He did drugs.
Yeah.
But he's the only one.
Yeah, but it's used for like shit like that.
Yeah.
Someone who like simplifies an administrative task.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, exactly. And you know what? I think I haven't thought of this before. The female version of that for corporate is badass.
Oh.
I feel like I've seen like
you're
Girl
right.
Boss obviously, but it's just like specifically it's like, oh my god, like I've been such a badass at work recently.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, you like sent 20 emails.
Right.
Like,
20 emails, and then like a couple of them were like per my first message.
Yes.
You know, it's like that counts too. I get those.
You get per my earlier message,
or it's like, you ask a question. It's like, well,
refer to my
like
tough.
I said, it's a more businessy way of being I said.
Did I stutter?
Oh, yo.
Did I stutter is good. I've never actually had someone say that to me, and I don't think I think I would fold pretty quickly if someone said, "Did I stutter?" I think the first time I ever even heard about it or read it was in the Boondocks, the comic strip.
Oh, it was
the
perfect.
Boondocks.
Yeah.
It was a Riley saying something crazy to Huey, and he's like, "Did I fucking stutter?" And I remember being like young and being like, "That's cool."
It is. Yeah. It's a good like shorthand for what they're
especially because if you get caught off guard by that, you stutter.
Oh.
You're like,
Oh my god. Imagine I wonder if I'm sure that's happened. Somebody like trying to do crowd work, they ask a question, it's like, "Oh, you what?" And they're like, "Did I stutter?"
Oh, dude. I stuttered the other day. I wasn't doing crowd work. I wasn't like seeking it out, but I did a joke and then someone responded to it, and then I asked them a question and I just barely got it out, and he was like, "What?" It's like, never mind, dude.
Yeah, it's like,
I should probably stop performing in front of the public.
Yeah, it's like, nah, you're cool. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking to you, actually.
Yeah.
Never mind. I thought you were somebody else. My bad.
But yeah, so that's my word of the week. Do you have anything?
No, I didn't have one in mind.
We have a lot of words of the week in the McKinsey thing.
I know those. I think that really
Upskill maybe is.
Upskill's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, just in terms of like a favorite, I think implementation.
Yeah.
Is like,
I mean, it's going to be rattling around my head.
Implementation, execution, implementation.
Also, I mean, it's
assessment.
just this is obvious, but execution also means to kill somebody.
Right.
Like, so just that the fact that that's another meaning of it makes me laugh.
I know.
Which I guess, yeah, if McKinsey's, consulting with like Khalid Sheikh Mohammed.
Right. It works.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
Works well.
Dude, I bet the Saudis love implementation.
Yeah.
Do you think McKinsey's working on the 10th time we've brought this up on the podcast, the Line City? Do you think McKinsey's helping
I
with
bet
that?
there's somebody involved.
Yeah.
I bet there's some sort of...
it's a big project.
It's a good project. I mean, the live podcast is going to go crazy at the Line.
Oh my God, dude. That would be dangerous of us to do that.
Yeah, I mean, that would end in execution. Maybe not even like a ceremonial one.
I guess that's the best we can hope for. Because if we
fire.
got executed at the Line City, that would mean we achieved a kind of notoriety or success.
Yeah. I mean, we certainly wouldn't get a commemorative like location there, but
Yeah.
people would be like, 2 guys got killed at the Line, and they talked about it for a little bit.
Do you think McKinsey probably has a podcast?
That's a great...
Because there's like a lot of like, you know...
Yes.
Yeah, like...
They've begun to... There's like... I think like larger banks probably do
Yeah,
too.
a lot of banks have their own podcasts, like investment firms do. There's... Okay, on the Ezra Klein show, there is a... Have I complained about this? I feel like I've complained about this on air before.
I know you've
Do you know what
mentioned
Accenture is?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's some kind of...
It's a consulting firm,
yeah,
sort of.
Yeah, okay. So they have a podcast called
Yeah.
Built for Change, and the ad like always pisses me off. And it's just like, we interview leaders to talk about how they've transformed their firms to...
Damn.
I mean, it's this language.
Their
but
studio is probably so nice.
What's up?
Their studio.
The studio is probably really nice, and
That'd be funny if it
we'd love to do like a kind of
branded
crossover.
branded content.
Yeah.
Yeah. Advertise for Accenture might be nice too.
Yeah, dude, this is the second unofficial ad I've done. This is just me getting mad at ads I've heard.
I know, but I mean, look.
They're everywhere. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
they're doing their job.
I'll hear them like 6 times a day. So
Right.
they just get like
They need better.
they get fracked into my head. You know.
Right. They need better. I mean, they're getting the bag. That's for sure. If
Yeah.
they do it like multiple ads
Yeah.
per episode, or maybe people just don't want to advertise, or maybe it's like a targeted thing. But I don't know. Yeah, the dynamism with which the advertisements are like I don't know. I'm trying to like figure out
I will say, before you get to that, I just want to say dynamism is a nice word.
Yeah.
I've heard people use it to describe like the beautiful parts of American culture, like a dynamism, you know. And I actually, it's like there's a way for that to be watered down corporate speak, but also I think it has does have a certain poetic quality.
Yeah, for sure.
You can use it in a more aesthetic way.
I agree. Yeah, you're right. It's certainly
like you could talk about a Jackson Pollock painting having dynamism.
I'd certainly prefer to hear it used for something other than an ad on a podcast.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Now I'm just thinking about McKinsey consulting with Jackson Pollock on like, one of his splatter artworks.
Well, you know, that's actually... I bet you're not too far off. They're probably consulting with fucking like Jeff Koons or something.
Oh, dude, yeah, because
like Tom Sachs or some bullshit.
Yeah, because it's like even the process of doing consulting, it's like that's a part of the art.
Yeah,
Part of the artwork
yeah.
is like the 90 slide, PowerPoint
Right.
of how to do this artwork, and I'm gonna. Damn, dude, yeah, I bet you could do like a MoMA exhibit where you print out slides from McKinsey and like put them around the room and organize them in certain ways.
Yep. And then have some sort of like consequence down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. That might be, well.
Dude, that's like brilliant.
Yeah, we might have to enter the Guggenheim whatever. Don't they have
Let's
like
get a grant, dude.
Yeah. That'd be so, yeah.
Guggenheim
get a grant.
Fellowship. There's a Guggenheim Fellowship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get a grant. It might not be too late to get in the Whitney Biennial.
Dude, I think we'll do it. I love the Whitney.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Shout out.
We've had lovely times there
It's
together.
true. Thanks for your pay what you want Fridays.
Yeah, those are great. Those are hot events too. A lot of the youth.
Yeah, it is a
going
hot
out.
event.
Lot of the art school youth.
I know.
In big pants.
Honestly, yeah, true. If we, that might be. This is a good one. Maybe we could take this offline.
Yeah.
When we get the grant from whatever, well-heeled arts foundation.
Yeah.
Spend that money at the expensive bar at the Whitney.
Dude, yes.
To buy like fishbowl drinks.
Nice.
You know what I'm talking
Wait,
about?
fishbowl drinks? No,
like
I don't.
Dallas barbecue blue margaritas and shit. That are like $50.
God. We can dream, huh? Dude, let's do poetry.
Yeah.
We've already read a lot of fucking abstract experimental poetry today, but we'll finish with something by Zora Neale Hurston called Reveries. Charles, would you do the honors of reading this poem?
Yeah. Okay. Zora Neale Hurston, Reveries. Whence I come to this world of strife, this sphere of love, this veil of sighs, what called me to this form of life, this street of truth, this trough of lies? Where shall I go when I have done with will nothingness my soul then claim? Must not come of the struggles won? Shall I be called to praise or blame? But let me question as I will, enthralling silence answers me. My whence is hidden to me still, my hence is wrapped in mystery.
I really like this poem.
Yeah, I mean, I like how direct. I mean, the title's like, immediately it is like. I'm sure many poems do this, but this one particularly maybe just because it's short. But it's like once you start reading, it's like, oh, I get the title, and then it kind of just like further cascades down.
Yeah.
Or it's like, yes, This is
it's very clear, right?
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
Even and poetry can be not clear, but
it's true. It's a great illustration of what.
Yeah, these are her reveries. Right?
Yeah,
yeah. It's and then and then it's like, where did I come from? Where will I go? This is a mystery. Mm-hmm. It's like super direct,
right?
But the language is really beautiful too.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like reading the McKinsey stuff and then reading this. I mean, obviously, it's so stupid to compare them, but
no, it's
like I think part of what's nice about this is not just the language, but the meter, right? It's like, whence come I to this world of strife, this sphere of love, this veil of sighs. It's like everything hits with this really nice rhythm, so it's just like goes cleanly into the brain.
Yeah.
And then like reading the corporate speak, it's like you can't even.
It really is.
You're like
so
you're so like uneven on the sentences.
It's true. Yeah.
And then I like this trough of lies.
Yeah.
I like how it's like the sphere of love, the veil of sighs, the street of truth, the trough of lies. It's like both elements of life, positive and negative, truthful and mendacious.
Yeah, that's a good word. That's a good word of the week.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah, and then whence and hence. I like how she
has
those. My
me too.
whence is hidden to me still. My hence is wrapped in mystery. That's really nice.
Yeah, that's a really good way to end it too.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's it's like following along with what she's already been doing, but this kind of like has a sense of time in it too.
Yeah.
So that's like a nice kind of wrap up that kind of envelops all of the stuff that's already going on.
Yeah, and continuing with the last paragraph, I like that the silence is enthralling.
Yeah,
because sometimes you can think of the silence as being scary or
it's a good point,
or lonesome or depressing even. But the fact that it's enthralling, where it's like
nice.
You're sort of hypnotized, and it's even kind of enjoyable that there's silence that you don't know.
Yeah, that's great.
I think, and this poem's cool because Zora Neale Hurston. I mean, all I know about her is that she was part of the Harlem Renaissance. But if you didn't know who wrote this could have been written in like the 17th century.
Most
it
definitely.
is like sort of has a very kind of classic tone.
Yeah,
and it's it feels very timeless.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and like very on the without being on the nose, very like apt for a poet to, you know what I mean? Like, this feels like, it's like, yes, this is what people write poetry about often.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Yeah,
but it does a good job.
It's clear but not obvious. I
yeah.
guess, where it's like, this could be the first poem you ever read, and you'd be like, yeah, great, this is what poetry sounds like, but not in a way that feels cliched.
Right.
And there's still room for interpretation, and there's room for you to swim around in it.
Yeah,
which
for
I like.
sure.
So that's Reveries by Zora Neale Hurston.
Thank you for sharing that one.
Yeah, no, thank you
It's a good one.
thank you for reading it. Any key takeaways from today? Oh, so I'll tell you this. I'm gonna critique my performance a little bit on this podcast. I feel like my brain's not quite working today. I had trouble coming up with good words to describe things I was thinking.
I mean, I didn't know.
But okay, good. But I think I think this was pretty good. I think we did battle with this McKinsey language.
Yeah.
And I feel like we lost.
Yeah.
We drowned in it. But
Yeah. I mean, it's heavy lifting.
it is heavy lifting, but I do think it's interesting because this stuff is super influential. Once again, like, I mean, they're a massively
It's true.
profitable company, and
Yeah.
their
You're right.
their footprint is in so many different industries. So it's like this type of thinking
Yeah.
is like all over,
Yeah.
and it's like what even is it? It's like hard to. It's so enshrouded in total nonsense.
I know. I truly. It really is. It's kind of always pretty fascinating to me, though, just
Yeah.
because it's like it feels deceptive, even though it may not intend to be. It just feels like it because it's like, why are you not like, what's with all this?
I know, yeah.
What are you doing?
I've heard a term for it. Like the acronym is MEGO, and it stands for My Eyes Glaze Over.
Oh wow!
And it is meant to describe the feeling of reading something like this that is so jargon heavy and boring and dense. And its intention is to make you think, wow, this is so complex, it must be describing something useful or good or substantive.
Yeah.
But all it is a technique to kind of distract you.
Yeah, totally. It must be. I mean, it is. It's Migo.
Yeah.
Migo.
It's really But yeah, it's good stuff. It's and I also think I did enjoy thinking about the contrast between McKinsey corporate language and poetry, because I guess it makes me remember that literature is beautiful.
Yes.
And that there is a value to speaking and writing with clarity and using words, sentences, and the rhythm of speech to evoke a true image in someone's head and to actually communicate.
Yeah.
And
beautiful.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And so that, I suppose that that was nice to remember.
It's true. It is amazing.
Yeah.
It's I mean, anything to remind ourselves, because I think it's important too. You're right.
Well, Charles, I think we nailed it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for squeezing me in.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Anytime. I got you some empanadas, and I hope you eat them.
Wow,
I hope
man.
you enjoy them. So,
Thank you
hello,
so
dear.
much. Hello, dear.
Hello, dear. Kind thanks for listening to our splendid podcast and bequeathing your attention to our lucrative enterprise. If you enjoyed what you heard, please do the needful and transmit the relevant information to all of your personal and professional contacts as soon as possible, or I shall be forced to unfold your private banking details to all interested parties. Don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions or concerns. Wishing you many miracles and luxuries. Hello, dear.